What's up, St. John? Father Jonathan here for another video. Once again, you get way too close to my face and see all the weird light shining off of me, and I'm sorry about all of that, but you know, what are you going to do? Ooh, that could be good. Let's just have the video be nothing but my hand going back and forth. That could be fun, right? Probably not. I'm already going stir crazy, can you tell? But here's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about what the world looks like when all of this is over. I know that's kind of a weird thing to talk about at this moment because we're really right at the beginning of this. We're at the beginning of all this social distancing and staying in our homes and all this stuff, and it could last for a while, but it won't last forever. I mean, it feels like it'll last forever right now, but it won't actually last forever. Eventually, we will all emerge from our homes again. Eventually, this thing will be over, and the world will be different. And so my question for you guys is, what do you want the world to look like when all this is done? God is at work in this stuff, okay? And that's a weird thing to say, and there's a lot we need to process with that. I'm going to spend a lot of time, probably do a whole series on that, maybe sometime next week, about what is God doing in the midst of pain, in the midst of suffering, how do we understand that? But I'm just talking about on a more basic level than that. God is involved in our lives and is always calling us to change and is always calling us to grow closer to Him and to work for the peace of the world, that His kingdom, which is already emerging into the world, might find its fruition, might find its place. And so the question is, what do we want that to look like? You know, the world is going to be a very different place when all this is done. And there will be changes, and some of them will be bad. But it's possible that some of them could be good, right? It's possible that we could learn something collectively from this thing that all of us are going through. Because it's true, all of us are. I mean, I can't even think of a time when there was something quite like this, certainly not in my lifetime, when everybody in the world was going through something together. And so, what would your hope be at the end of all of this for how people interact with each other? How should that be different? How would that change? How would you hope it would change? How do you hope things would work out in terms of how we share resources and build a society in which everybody is able to live together? What should that look like? What should we value? What should we not value? You know, maybe some of these are questions that you've pondered before, or that you've had opportunity to think about on a minor scale. But this is really a moment where things could actually shift and change, even on a global scale. And we don't know what that looks like, and we can feel a little bit powerless over it. But we actually do have some say in it, and especially those of you who are students, you're going to be building this new world. I mean, I hope I get to live in it, but you guys are going to be the ones who are going to be the architects of it. So what does that world look like? I want to encourage you to think about that today and in the days ahead. Think about and meditate about that. What do I want the new world, when we all emerge from our cubby holes in our houses, what do I want that world to look like? And once you have a picture of how that world looks, I want to encourage you to add that to your daily prayers each day, to say to God, along with everything else you're praying for, and I hope you are praying each day for an end to the pandemic, for health for those who have fallen sick, for comfort for those who are mourning, all of that kind of stuff. But I want to encourage you to add to your prayers a daily petition for a better world, that God might bring a better world out of this, and to be as open with Him and as specific with Him as you can about what you hope that world will look like, what you hope He will allow to be built. And then maybe even to think a little bit about how you might be a part of that, how you might be a part of building it up, making it happen. So anyhow, that's my thought for today. I hope everybody is staying well, is staying healthy. I hope you haven't eaten all of your snacks on the first day. Special shout out today to our students as they do their first day of distance learning, and to our teachers as they do their first day of trying to figure out how to do distance teaching. God bless all of you as you engage in that. Hopefully you give each other a little bit of space and life and love in that. The Mass is already up today, so if you want to engage with that, you can. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Grace, peace, and love.